The recent disclosure of Michael Burry's last quarter holdings has been quite a shocking news for the investment community. Michael seems to be in a selling spree and we can't stop wondering why. Today I am going to go deeper into this news for you guys, analyzing his portfolio in a broader perspective. I'll be sharing with you all the possible reasons as in why Michael has taken such a drastic decision. We will also look into some details about what this means for the economy and the indicator it gives us as investors. So guys, Michael has sold out almost everything in his portfolio. When I say almost, he is holding back only 3 positions and sold 19 of his earlier positions. That's a lot. This includes call positions in Google and Facebook. He's out of Walmart and Tesla. Well, Tesla was an expected one. Michael sold his treasury bills as well. The only company in his portfolio which is kept without any change is the CVS Health. CVS is also the highest portion of his holdings in that quarter. Almost 40% of his total holdings is CVS. In GEO Group and CXW, Core Civic, he has reduced his holdings. Both are prison companies, which means they came in the industrials area. Interestingly, Michael has entered into 3 new positions. One is the Lockheed Martin, which is relatively brand new in the market. It's a global security and aerospace company. The second one is DNOW. DNOW or Distribution Now is a distributing company which cater to oil and gas companies. The third one is the SCY Nexus, which is a pharmaceutical company. Retaining only 3 old ones from his portfolio and taking in 3 new ones, Michael has only 6 holdings in his portfolio at the end of the third quarter. So it is the last quarter filings of Michael, which is out in public now. This shows the position he took in the third quarter, which is from July to September 2021. This means it does not talk anything about his current position. Being said that, now why is the 13F filing so important to be analyzed? 13F filing is done quarterly and it is mandatory for all the institutional investment managers with at least 100 million in assets under management. Their equity holdings are disclosed in the 13F filing, which normally gives the general public an idea about what is going on in the market. Even though the 13F filings cannot be taken at face value, it can give some signs about the direction of the market movement. Also, as per the SEC rules, the short positions, if any, need not be disclosed by the concerned parties. So we would not know if Michael is in any short positions. However, analyzing his last quarter position can give us some clues about how he was viewing the market. This might give us a better way of looking at our portfolios as well. Furthermore, if we look at the options value of Michael in the second quarter, it was at $2 billion. This is now reduced to $40 million. Even though these are not the actual figures, but only an estimate that's a mass exit. Michael exiting the put positions on Tesla is the one which is majorly talked about. Tesla had been going low even in the second quarter. Against wide expectations, Michael waited till the third quarter to get out of it. Elon Musk is selling his stocks off and it is lowering the value of Tesla shares. Tesla is co-founded by Elon Musk in 2003. The company deals with the transitioning towards sustainable energy. However, in the past few days, Elon has sold $5.7 billion worth of shares of his own company Tesla. This is more than 3% of his total stake. The remaining shares for him in Tesla is now worth around $165 billion, which controls almost 20% of the company. Musk had already told about a 10% sales of his Tesla shares. If that plan is still on, then Musk must be selling another 11 billion worth of shares to reach the target of 17 billion very soon. Tesla's stock prices are going low day by day. The company's market capitalization is down to $207 billion since Musk has started selling off. Elon Musk is still the wealthiest person on earth with a net worth of almost $294 billion, which was $340 billion earlier this year. However, Michael has been very cautious about Musk's selling bench. He recently tweeted that Elon Musk has borrowed against 88.3 million stocks, sold all his mentions and moved to Texas. He is trying to sell more shares. He does not need money. He wants to sell off Tesla. So that explains why Burry didn't want to keep hold of Tesla and he has let it go completely. The holdings of Michael can be interpreted in numerous ways. He might be taking a step back and rethinking about his future plans. This might be just a temporary holdback to see what is feasible for the upcoming quarters. Michael is known for making profits out of the most difficult market conditions, so maybe needs some time. Another way of looking at this is that Michael is sure about something. The most prominent analysis about Michael's huge exit is that he is anticipating a huge crash. Michael had been very vocal about a mammoth market crash coming up. He had said that the current bubble is the biggest one that he has ever gone through in his entire life, which will lead to a bigger crash than ever before. So maybe Michael is taking a safer position, which is heavy on cash. This also indicates that the recovery of the market is expected to be slower, which is obstructing him from having many positions for now. His sold positions also might be indicating that Michael is expecting to pick up some strong shares when the market reaches its bottom. So having a lot of cash makes sense for now, which will come handy pretty soon. If we talk about this mighty crash, it is right around the corner. We all can see it coming through. The inflation rate in US is at 6.2% right now. This is the highest the country has seen in many decades. Most part of the reasons behind this hike is the pandemic. However guys, we can't ignore the fact that Fed has messed up a lot. The government's intervention and increased money supply into the market has caused a fake bubble of growth in the economy. The money pushed into the economy was more than 30%. Fed is still buying assets while the extra money in the market staying for longer than expected is causing an inflation which is not expected. Citizens have not bounced back to their normal life to use the money in the market. Jobs are not restored yet. People are not ready to spend yet. The Fed has been trying to tell that this is just a transitory inflation, which is absolutely a clear lie. The current inflation is evidently out of hands, and Fed has finally decided to start tapering. The tapering process itself is started at very meager rates. Fed is taking steps very cautiously. It will take another 6 months for the Fed to come back to zero purchase. Only then the tapering process of selling assets can actually start. So guys, inflation is going to be ramping up for a while, and by the time tapering shows its effects, there is going to be a gigantic fake bubble in the market, which will fall flat on its face. Jeremy Powell actually said that there is going to be a gap between the taper and the increase in interest rates. Now this is a clear indication that the whole thing is going to be a slow process. Another possible reason for Michael's stand about his holdings might be the whole situation in China. This can be a strong reason for this sudden reaction of Michael in his positions. China's real estate meltdown is still on its initial stages, and soon enough it is going to be a major crash which will affect the world economy. Especially the economy of US is going to be shaky. Now Michael must be taking a precautionary step anticipating a bigger effect on US caused by the Chinese real estate bubble. Michael Burry is a hedge fund manager since 2000 and his predictions about market had been incredibly insightful till date. He is one of the few investors who had foreseen the subprime crisis of 2008 and made some gigantic profit out of that. Michael's Kian asset management firm has performed better than S&P 500 in the last year. So guys, certainly an analysis about his stock holdings can only be useful and indicative, if not anything else. Now guys, if you want to clearly understand how and why Russia is predicting a black swan crash very soon, then jump on this video immediately.